Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Retro Media Room. Today, I wanted to take a look at the few imports that I have in my collection because there's some really cool releases here. And in case it wasn't obvious or you just don't know, I'm located in the American Midwest. So the vast majority of my content and my movies are going to be based in North America. But there are a few cases where I actually have imports, and that's what we're going to talk about here. And I'll explain why I have these imports as we go. But before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Hit that notification bell, share it with your friends, like the video to help me with the algorithm because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can become monetized and bring better content to you because I really want to share my love of retro media and modern media too. Retro, modern, kind of in between, really a little bit of everything because I just love games, I love movies, and I love music. And to get started here, we have Dawn of the Dead on 4K Blu-ray. So mind you, I'm not claiming to be an expert on import releases of movies, but I am learning as I go, and I picked up a few things along the way, so I'll explain them as we look at them. So right here, I got this from the UK through Amazon, and see how it has this 18 rating here with the solid red background. So this is the European rating. It's kind of like Peggy 18 on video games. I'm not sure if it's Peggy in the movie ratings too, but I'm not as familiar with their system, but I do know what it looks like. And so this is the European and age rating with the solid color background and an age rating with an age number. And it says manufactured in Europe, but like I said, I got this. This is basically considered a UK copy. And I absolutely love the artwork here. It's the original artwork. And when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. I mean, classic line from the movie. Second Sight Films, they do good physical releases. Also, the primary reason I got this import was because, well, simply there's no North American 4K release of this. There's several versions of this on 4K Blu-ray, all imports, but none of them came to North America. The last North American releases we had were DVD and Blu-ray, and I have those, but I wanted the 4K Blu-ray, and well, I had to get this, which is fine. It's a beautiful casing, and like I said, the 4K Blu-rays play perfect. They have everything I need. I would never even know they're foreign. I love this artwork. They got the parking lot, so you got the various versions of the film on 4K Blu-ray. The only downside here is that the standard Blu-ray is region B, as you can see right here. So that's a region B Blu-ray, and that cannot play in any of my players. I do not have any foreign players or anything. So if it's region B, I just simply cannot play them in anything. So that's just how it is for me. Oh yeah, look at this. Check this out. So when this unfolds all the way out on the other side, it's all the parking lot with the title. It's so cool. Awesome, awesome artwork here. And what I've learned about regions over time, because I've had to learn the hard way a time or two. Let's say, for example, this physical copy of Open Range. So this is once again this is clearly that same age rating system, solid color background with the age 12 rating on it, which is funny because in the United States, this is a R-rated film. This is kind of like their equivalent to PG-13. But just like Dawn of the Dead, the reason I got this is because there was no North American Blu-ray release of Open Range, the way there wasn't a North American 4K release of Dawn of the Dead. So I took a chance. I saw that there was a Blu-ray that existed, but it was only European, but not realizing it at the time, having to learn that when it's region B, the little globe with B on it, and sometimes listings are not as descriptive as they should be with what you're getting. So it was vague and confusing, but I know better now. So to help summarize what all the different regions are, what they mean, I'm also going to use the aid of Brain Dead here. This is a Spanish release of Dead Alive, the New Zealand film from Peter Jackson from the early 90s. It's an insane, funny, crazy movie. I recommend it if you like crazy, like Return of the Living Dead, super gory, crazy comedy type movies, whatever. It's way more gory than even that. But anyway, so this has A, B, and C on the back. That means region free. So all 4K Blu-rays are basically that. They're region free, and that's what A, B, and C means. So it's really convoluted and confusing. It's tough with Blu-rays, but thankfully with 4K Blu-rays, it's not an issue anymore. So yeah, I just wanted to use those real quick to help summarize, and maybe clear up a little bit if it's confusing, because it was confusing for me, and I had to really look into it and figure it out for the most part as a North American consumer. Next, we're going to get into some South Korean physical releases. So I really appreciate Korea because I was stationed there for a year back in the day, and their food, the people, the culture, Seoul as a city. I mean, really, really awesome stuff in South Korea. I really appreciate them, but I love their passion for movies. So these premium physical releases with these outer slip covers. I mean, this is stuff that you don't really see in North America the same way, because instead of it being cardboard, it's kind of a plastic outer slip, which I really like. And as you can see here on the bottom, just like the ABC or Region Zero, it says all with the globe, so it plays in North America just fine. And I also love South Korean. Like, this is a Hong Kong movie from John Woo, Bullet in the Head. This came in 1990. I need to watch this because I love John Woo, and The Killer and Hard Boiled are a couple of my favorite movies of all time, especially The Killer. South Korean films like Train to Busan, Old Boy, I Saw the Devil, The Man from Nowhere, some amazing films from South Korea. They have such a passion and talent for movies. So I really appreciate South Korean cinema in general. And I recently started getting into their physical releases, and these are just really awesome, premium, well-made physical releases of these movies. You got inner artwork, you got a really cool art on the disc. And of course, so far all the ones I've watched, the picture's really good quality. I mean, these are just really fantastic. So I'm actually making it a point to. They're expensive, so I can't get a lot of them all the time, but I'm trying to get as many as I can of these South Korean releases of movies. And next we have The Killer here. I mentioned this. This is one of my favorite movies of all time from John Woo, from Hong Kong, 1989. Absolutely love this movie. The artwork here, and this, as a fan of this movie, the artwork on here and the style of this way, it's glossy on him and the cutout, and this is more of a matte, and this is a plastic outer slipcase. It came to me in immaculate condition. Really, really love this thing. And you got the actual inner case, scenes from the movie. Very, very cool. Inner artwork, famous scene. So yeah, this is fantastic. It's a solid release of the movie, and which unfortunately there's not really many options in the North American releases of The Killer. It's been problematic with John Woo's Hong Kong movies in North America, so that's why I started looking for imports. Found this and really happy with it. I love this version a lot. Unfortunately, I haven't found a version of Hard Boiled in South Korea, but if I did, I would absolutely pick it up. Next, we have the South Korean release of The Passion of the Christ. I just got this. It came in yesterday because I have the definitive edition of Passion of the Christ here on standard North American Blu-ray. So I've had this for a long time. And of course, this movie is deeply meaningful to me because I believe in Christ. But I wanted a more premium copy of the movie. And as I was looking around for it, and I've been getting these South Korean films, and then I spotted this, and it wasn't cheap. So I ended up saying, screw it, I'm just going to go ahead and get it and fork over the money. But man, I don't regret it, because this is a beautiful, detailed copy of the movie, a Criterion level quality of case here with artwork, and then really cool disc. And you got these extras. So you've got this really nice booklet with scenes from the movie, beautiful artwork, and I've got this set of cards, Jim Caviezel. So this is an inner artwork. So this is a beautiful set of the movie that unfortunately I've never seen anywhere in North America. So this was worth getting with this, obviously this beautiful outer slipcase, mint condition. So yeah, very, very happy with this release of this wonderful film. I wanted to commemorate it with a really cool physical release like this. And the last South Korean release of a movie I have here, and I plan on getting more because I really love these things. This is Shutter from Thailand. Really, really creepy, really well done ghost story. I've had this on DVD for a very long time, but and then this is the only Blu-ray I've ever seen of it. And of course, by the way, I advise, do not watch the American remake. It's awful. The Thai original here is fantastic. And yeah, genuinely eerie, creepy film, super well done. And this is a really awesome physical release of it here from South Korea. I really, really love these South Korean movies. I mean, these South Korean releases of movies, and yeah, this is fantastic. So I plan on collecting as many of these South Korean versions of films as I can, because these are really, really awesome. Next, we have more of a knickknack than a way of watching it, but I have a Final Fantasy VII Advent Children complete Japanese copy. So as you can see here on the back card, this is totally Japanese and I love, of course, Final Fantasy VII, is, if you all know, in case you don't know, is my favorite game of all time. The movie is quite cool. It's not perfect. It's a little goofy in certain ways, but it's certainly a lot better than Final Fantasy Spirits Within, which was just really Final Fantasy in name only. This is a Final Fantasy movie. It's quite cool. It's got some epic, amazing soundtrack too. I really like Advent Children, but I just got this because I've got this I've got the 4K Blu-ray of the complete, so I didn't need this for watching purposes, but I just loved the artwork of this. You got the outer slipcase. It's got partially transparent and got these interesting jewel cases that the movies come in. So Japanese physical media is also very cool, very well put together stuff. So occasionally I'll get a hold of them just for the sake of collecting. And this is a Final Fantasy 13 demo trial version. So I just thought this was neat and just wanted to have it as a collectible, really, just because I'm obsessed with Final Fantasy 7. Another quick look here. This is a movie that I've grown up with. I've watched since I was a little kid at my grandma's house on VHS. This is the Great Divide. This is an Italian release of the Blu-ray because, as far as I could find, there was no North American release of this on Blu-ray. But I did find this version, and of course, all you do is turn subtitles off, and boom, you've got them. You wouldn't even know it's an import. So, wonderful old family classic, and it was just a neat way. Even though it's an import. And it's funny to look at this, you're like, what the heck? But it was really nice. And it wasn't that expensive. It was a nice way of finally having this classic movie on Blu-ray. And here we have this Ultimate Vacation Collection, which is all the National Lampoon movies. So this is a good way to have all the movies in one package here. This is the Irish and UK rating system. So even though this is a European release, I can't find a region on this anywhere, but it does play in my player just fine. So I accidentally bought this off Amazon. I didn't realize it was an import, and I bought it. I bought it because it was cheap at the time, but it plays fine. So it's all good. It's not. It doesn't seem to be region B or anything. Where it won't play. It all plays just fine. So it all works. So that's what makes this confusing. So I really tried to be as clear as I could with what I have here. And also we have Ghost Watch on DVD here, but at least with this, we see that it's region 0. So we know that's essentially all regions. So it's not restricted anywhere. So that's why I have this. Now I have the North American Blu-ray of Ghost Watch, but this is how I originally watched it a while back when I bought this. And this is also the British rating system. So to be honest, it's confusing. I've done the best I can to figure it out, but it's still a little bit weird and touch and go with some of these things. So, because I guess even British movies, kind of like that, the Blu-ray extras on that Dawn of the Dead, that is a British release or UK release of the movie. And I know that DVD won't work because it's region B, and I cannot get region B to work. Yet these British releases or UK releases do play. And this one's marked 0, and this one I can't find the marking, honestly. It just plays. So it's a little bit convoluted, a little weird. Sorry if it's confusing, but I tried my best to at least explain it from my perspective, what I've learned and what works for me. But that's why I don't get imports very often. And when I do, I take an extra careful, special look at what I'm purchasing. Now, some form I've learned. So that's the best advice I can give you is if you can tell it's an import, or if you're not sure it's an import, really look closely and make sure that, and if it is an import, to just really pay close attention to the region and go with your best bet. So thank you for watching up to this point. Please subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and share it with your friends. Please like the video to help me with the algorithm. I'm not monetized yet, but I'm aiming to be with 1,000 subscribers, so I hope to get there. So if anything else, have a good day and God bless.